Hello everybody, I am Ellen O'Neill, the owner of Ellen O'Neill Properties at eXp Realty, and today I am here with Bobby Green, and he's a producing manager at Stearns Lending here in Mount Pleasant. Bobby has worked with several of my clients in order to help them secure a mortgage to purchase their home. And we were having a conversation recently about some of the misconceptions that people bring to the table when you're having consultations with borrowers. And I thought it'd be great if you could just share what are some of these beliefs out there that may not be exactly accurate.
Absolutely. So the very most important thing is for a borrower to contact the lender to get pre-approved. Mm-hmm. A lot of times when I'm speaking to a borrower, they tell me that they already know their credit score.
Okay.
If they have used an internet website, not necessarily getting a pre-approval from a mortgage lender or a bank, those websites do not give an accurate credit pull.
Okay.
A mortgage pull is much heavier. For instance, if they think their credit score is 720, it's probably a little bit less in the 680s or 690s. And that's just merely because most of those websites that advertise your credit score, they're actually selling your information for credit cards, not necessarily for mortgages.
Okay, so they come off as though they want to educate you, but really
It's a lead generating system.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, so don't always believe what you see on those online sites.
Correct.
When you say check my credit score now or whatever.
Right.
Okay, good to know. And then once somebody comes to you and they get a pre-approval, I know that there's a whole process that ensues, but what are some other common myths that people have in their minds that are really just not productive?
I think the biggest one is that a lot of people still think that you need to have 20% down as a down payment.
Mm-hmm.
That is not the case.
Right.
For first-time home buyers on a conventional loan, it's as low as 3%.
Wow.
FHA is 3.5%. There are still 100% programs with VA and USDA, which is based on a property eligibility, location.
Right.
And even jumbo loans can be as low as 5% down.
Well, that's amazing because there's a huge difference between 3 or 5% and 20%.
Correct.
So basically, some people would be able to break into home ownership earlier than they ever expected.
Very much sooner.
Okay, awesome. Okay. Well, I think when it comes to credit scores and down payments, those are two main factors with becoming pre-qualified and getting ready to make a home purchase. So
Absolutely. And then another thing is when someone is calling and they just are trying to find a rate from a lender or an institution, they need to do apples to apples. When they're talking to someone, they need to say what their credit score is, how much you're putting in as a down payment, what program they're looking for, because there's too many variables in there just to say, hey, what's your rate today?
Okay, so two people looking to purchase the same exact home on the same exact day may have different rates given to them.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And it's all about risk to the borrower. So someone with a higher credit score will probably have a better rate than someone with a lower credit score.
Okay.
However, one borrower might qualify for an FHA loan, which will have a different rate than someone that's putting a conventional loan down.
Right.
So there's a lot of variables when they're talking.
Okay, so I can understand that when somebody says, "Hey, what are interest rates today?" It's a loaded question.
It's a loaded question. It could range dramatically.
Right. So it's crucial, I think, for somebody to speak directly to a knowledgeable lender because, from what you just said, it seems very evident you could pair that person or that couple with the right loan product.
Someone will
them.
qualify for many different types of mortgages.
Mm-hmm.
So it ends up becoming an option. It's my job to give options.
Right.
So they can pick the best one for them.
Okay.
Are they going to be in the home for 5 years? Or are they going to be in the home for 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
What's the best option for them?
Okay, fantastic. So this is valuable information for anybody that's thinking about making a home purchase. If you have additional questions and you want to speak to a lender who's been in the industry a good 20 years and knows a lot of specialized information that you wouldn't know just as a typical homeowner, I think it's worth a phone call.
Absolutely, and I very encourage someone to get a local lender.
Okay.
Even though I'm a national lender, I'm $300 billion company.
Okay.
I'm in Mount Pleasant. The difference is when people are getting a quote from an internet company, they don't know our insurance here. They don't know our taxes here.
Right.
They don't work well with our attorneys like we do.
Very true.
So they could be getting a quote that's not exactly close enough to their actual estimate. as someone in the local area could give them.
That's true. That's great. Okay, so again, I'm Ellen O'Neill with eXp Realty, the owner of Ellen O'Neill Properties. And Bobby, I want to thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thanks for taking time away from Stearns Lending to share some insights.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. Thank
Have a
you.
good one.